Hi everyone, in this video we will discuss all the chapter-wise previous year questions on percentages chapter which have come in CUET PG MBA exams. Let us first discuss the past year breakups of the questions that have come from percentages chapter. So there were two papers in 2022. First one was on 5th September, second was on 12th September. There were two questions from percentages chapter on 5th September paper and there were 6 questions in 12th September paper. In 2021 we had 3, in 2020 we had 2, and in 2019 we had 1. Now one more thing, we have a separate dedicated CUET PG MBA group channel on Telegram. I will put the link in description. If you want to join, then you can join. I put all the free PDFs there and all the notifications for new video lectures. There would be some quizzes as well. So it would be highly beneficial if you are preparing for CUET PG MBA. Now let us discuss the first question. This is from CUET PG MBA 12th September paper. The question says, if tax is charged at 22% on the first rupees 5,50,000 and 35% on all income in the excess of rupees 5,50,000, then how much tax is charged on 8 lakhs? So we have 8 lakhs of total income and there are two slabs. So for first 5,50,000, you are going to be charged 22% only. But for all the values in excess of 5,50,000, so what is the excess? 2,50,000, right? You are going to charge 35%. So we have to find the total tax. Now there are two ways that we can solve this question. Let us discuss the first method. Now in the method 1, in the first method, there would be more calculations. So I would not recommend this method, but I will solve this by this method as well. So what we will do is, we will calculate 22% of this portion and 35% of this portion, and then we will simply add them. So this is a straightforward question of calculation of percentages. So 22% of 5,50,000. So 22 by 100 into 5,50,000. Similarly, 35% of 2,50,000. I can add them up. If we calculate first. Now from here, 52 into 22, 55 into 22, you will get 110, So from here you will get 1210 and these two zeros. And for this one, 35 into 25. So 35 into 25, then you will get 25, 70 and 70. So 578. So from here we will get 87500, 87,500. Now you simply have to add them up, both these two. So if you add, then you will get 005820. So 2,08,500. 2,08,500, option D. So we got the answer, but there could be a better method as well. So let's try out that method. So we will solve that in next page. Method 2. Now let us focus on this line, this salary line. Okay. So let's say this is 0 salary. This is 5,50,000 salary, and this is 8 lakh salary. Now we know that from here till here I will apply 22% tax, and we know that from this portion to this portion I will apply 35% tax. Now observe carefully. From this portion till this portion we have 22% tax, and for this portion 550 to 8 lakhs we have 35% tax. So can I say that there is 22% tax, but there is 13% tax extra, right? I can write 35 as 22% plus 13%, right? So I can say that this portion there is 22% tax, but I have 13% tax extra as well. So the advantage of this is that from this portion till whole 8 lakhs, we have 22% tax. So for 8 lakhs, we have 22% tax. But for this portion, this portion would be 2,50,000, right? 2,50,000. For this, I have to pay 13% extra. So we can solve this. From here, I will get 1,76,000. From here, I will get, so 25 into 13, 250, 3250, right? 32500. So if you add them up, 0, 5, 8, 20. So we got 2,08,500. So again, same answer. Now, what is the advantage in second method? The biggest advantage is that this number is easy one, right? So if I have to calculate 22% of this 8 lakhs, this was very easy to calculate. The only, you can say, complication was for this one, slight complication, but this number was also easy. But in this method, if you notice, we have two numbers of 5.5 lakhs and 2.5 lakhs, and it was more, there were more calculations, right? So that's why in such questions, especially on tax, that which have slabs, you should be putting all the tax, the lower tax, till whole range, and then you should identify that what are the extra taxes on the higher slabs. Okay, so that can save you a lot of time. So I hope this solution, both the methods are very clear. Now let's move on to the next question. A number is increased by 20% and again increased by 20%. By what percent it should be reduced to get back to the original? So let's say the number is n. I'm increasing it 20%. I'm denoting increase by this up arrow. Let's say new number is n dash, and I'm again increasing this by 20%. And let's say this number is n double dash. Now this question is asking you that I have to reduce by what percent that I'm going to get back to my original number. So by what percent? By what percent? I have to reduce this, okay? Because this number is obviously bigger. Now we can solve this by, the best method would be here to solve by ratios, right? So 20% increase means 1 by 5 increase. So can I say that from 5 I am increasing one more? So from 5 I am going to 6. So this increase is 5 is to 6. Again same here, 1 by 5 increase. So again 5 is to 6. Now if I club them up, then I can multiply. So 25 is to 36. So it means that from 25 I increased it to 36 parts. Now I have to reduce this. So obviously I will reduce it by 11. But my new base is 36. My new base is 36. So 11 by 36 into 100. So from here, if I cancel this out, then I will get by 4. From 4, if you cancel out, then 25 into 11, 250 and 275 by 9. So we have a one option by 9. Let's calculate this. Can we cancel this out? So no, this is not cancelled completely. So 30 times 30 and 5 by 9. 35 by 9%. So second option. So these are very easy. Now there could be some other methods as well. Now there could be that you can use a formula here, a plus b plus ab by 100. So you will get 20 plus 20 plus 20 into 20, 44% increase. But again from there you will have to reach here as only. So this step, in any method you will have to reach this step, because this is the final step from where you will calculate the percentage. So I would say that you should stick with this method only, ratio method. Other methods are not as efficient as this one in this question especially. So now let's move on to the next question. Okay, so this question is again from 12th September paper. So 25% of 30% of 850 plus 5 into 76. Now this is a straight away calculation. There is nothing that you are going to learn new thing here. So 25 by 100 into 30 by 100 into 850 plus 76 into 5, that would be 350 plus 30, 380, right? Now you can cancel out these from this one. So you got, okay, we can cancel out this one as well. So 85 into 3, that would be 25554 plus 380. Now if you solve this one, then you will get 3.7 plus 380. 63.75 plus 380. If you add them, then get 443.75. So D option. So these are pure calculation. There is no smartness that we can use. Let's move on to the next question. Okay, it is again a similar question, but here we will use some better methods. This is also from 12th September paper. 38.4% of 1450 plus 78.2% of 240 minus question mark square equal to 20% of 77.4. Now, can you find these percentages? These are decimal percentages. These are very hard ones, right? So let's rearrange this. So let's rename this question mark as some variable x, and let's take these two right hand side and this one to left hand side. So can I say that x square after rearranging x square? So this would become plus equal to 38.4% of 1450 plus 78.2% of 240 minus 20% of 77.4. Now observe here carefully. If I calculate this portion, because I have to solve this one only, right? Then I will get a square of some value, and I have to find a square root of that value, right? This x. It means that this value, the calculation of this right hand side value will be a square of one of these options, right? So let's try to calculate the squares of these values. You should remember up till 30 at least. A squares of all values up to 30. So 18 square is 324, 29 square this is 841, 27 square 729, and this one is big number, so this would be greater than 80 square. So greater than 66400. 80 square is 6400. We are not concerned with the exact value of this one, so I have simply put that this would be greater than 6400. Now, can we calculate these values? So these are very hard ones, right? So can we approximate this? Can we approximate this? So let's say rather than calculating 38.4%, which is hard one, can I calculate 40%? Rather than calculating 78.2%, can I calculate 80%? Rather than calculating 20% of 77.4, can I calculate 20% of 80? And why I'm doing this? Because all these values are distant, right? None of these two values are very close enough. So if you notice, this one is very big. There is difference of 500 here. There is difference of more than 100 here. So what would be my difference here? So let's say rather than calculating 38.4%, I'm calculating 40%. So let's say 2% of 1450. What would be 2%? Let's say 2% of 1000. 2% of 1000. That would be 20. So something more than 20. So this would be approximately creating a difference of 25 or 20. We can say 25 or at max 30. So I'm adding 30 here. From here, let's say I'm calculating 2% extra. Rather than 78%, I'm calculating 80%. So 2% of 240. 2% of 240 would be 4.8 or something, approximately 5. So 35. And here there is a very small difference, right? 80. You calculate 20% of 77.4 or 20% of 80. So it means that the maximum difference that I'm going to create by my approximation is not more than 35. It would be 30 to 35 difference. And if you notice here, all these numbers are at least more than 30 to more than 100, right? The difference is more than 100 here. The difference is more than 500 here. This difference is used from all the numbers. So it means that if we approximate like this, which will simplify our calculations, so we can do that, right? So let's calculate 40% of 1450. 40% means 2 by 5 of 1450. So from 5 we will calculate 290. So 580. So this value is 580. 80% of 240. 80% means 4 by 5 of 240. From 5 we will get 48 equal to 192. So 58192 plus and minus of 20% of 80. 20% means 1 by 5 of 80. That would be 16. So minus 16. Now you can calculate this. So if you add these two, let's go to next page. 580 plus 192 minus 16. So we'll get 772 minus 16, 756. So you are getting 756. And obviously this value is more, right? So the closest value to 756 is 729. This number is also far more than this difference. So the number 756 is closest to 729. And also this number is greater because I'm calculating more values, right? I'm calculating more percentages here. Rather than 38%, I calculated 40%. Rather than calculating 78%, I calculated 80%. It means that I'm increasing my value. My approximate value is more than the actual value. So the number that is smaller than 756, that is 729, and the closest enough is 729. So it means that 27 square. So we can say that 27 would be my value. So this question was of approximation. No, you did not have to calculate this exactly. Otherwise, you will be in lots of troubles, right? If you want to calculate 38.4% accurately of 1450, you will be in lots of trouble. So this is not at all recommended. You should approximate the values here. Okay, so I think now we can move on to the next question. A mixture of 60 kilograms of rice and dal contains 45% of dal. The new mixture is formed by adding 15 kilograms of dal. What is the percentage of rice in the mixture? So we have a mixture of 60 kilograms and we have rice plus dal. R for rice, T for dal. In this we have 45% dal. So obviously 55% would be rice. Now here we can solve this question by two methods. So let's say this is method 1. And there would be second method that is more, I would say, recommended one, that is better one. So here we will first calculate the values. So 45% of 60. 60 into 45 by 100, that would be 9 by 20, right? So it's better that you calculate fractions in your mind. So from here we will get 27. So this is 27 kilogram. If this is 27, then obviously this would be 33 kilograms. Now you are adding 15 kilograms of dal. So you are adding 15 kilograms of dal. But you are concerned with what is the percent of rice in the mix. So your rice would be same, right? So if you add 15 kilograms of dal, then new value would be, total mixture would be 75 kilograms. And you are concerned with this percentage. So 33 by 75 into 100. This is your percentage of rice. So 4 times 3 times 3, 11, 44%. 44%. Now this was method 1. There could be better method than this one, right? So let's focus on the second method. We have second method, and this method is known as invariance. Invariance, and this is very important one. So if you notice here, did the value of rice change? No, rice remained constant. Rice was same. Rice, quantity of rice, you can say quantity of rice remains constant, and that is the identification. So what is the, you can say, what quantity is not changing, right? Then in that case we use invariance. So the definition of the invariant is the same thing, that what is the quantity that is not changing. So here rice is not changing, right? So what we can say is rice, quantity of rice in initial mixture would be equal to quantity of rice in final mixture, right? Because there is no change. Now what is the percentage of quantity in initial mixture? So this is 55%. So this is 55% of 60 kilograms. And what is the quantity of rice in final mixture? So in final mixture, so we have to find the percentage of rice in final mixture, right? New mixture. So let's say that is X%, and new value is 75 kilograms. After adding 15 kilograms dal in the mixture of 60 kilograms, you will get 60 plus 15, 75 kilogram of new mixture, right? Total value. So we can say 75. Now here we can calculate. So we can cancel out these two percentage, and this 15 5 ja and 4 ja. From 5 you can cancel out 11. So 11 into x would be equal to, x is equal to 11 into 4, that is 44. So 44%. So if you notice here, you got your percentage in one shot, right? You wrote one equation and you directly got your answer. But here you had to calculate lots of values. So here you first had to calculate the value of dal, then you had to calculate even this value, then you add them up. So there is a lots of calculations. This method is certainly better. This will save you lots of time, and this method is very, I would say, very neat, and this is more logical to understand as well. Now let's focus on new question. A speaks truth in 75% cases and B in 80% of cases. In what percentage of cases are they likely to contradict each other narrating the same incident? So let's say there is a incident. Let's say there is a statement. Ram lives in Delhi. Right? There are two persons, A, and there is another person, B. Both of them says this same statement. But this statement could be true and false as well, right? This statement may be that Ram lives in Delhi, or maybe that he doesn't live in Delhi, right? So this could be either true or false. This question says that whenever A speaks, there is a 75% chance that he will say true. Whenever for B, that is 80%. So they are saying that, let's say they narrate the same incident. Let's say that they tell the same statement. Then what is the chance? What is the probability? Or you can say, what percentage of cases are there that they will contradict each other? It means that one will say true, other will say false, right? So there are two cases, only A will say true, then B will say false, then only they can contradict, right? Let's say both say true, then obviously they are not contradicting. Or let's say both say false, then again they are not contradicting. So there are only two cases. First one is A says true, B says false. Second one is A says false, then B says true. Now here we will use percentages, so it is better to use fractions here. So 75% would be 3 by 4, right? 80% would be 4 by 5. So A says true, so 3 by 4. B says false, so 4 by 5 times it says true, then 1 by 5 times it would say false. So 1 minus 4 by 5, that would be 1 by 5. For A says false, so 3 by 4 times it says true, then 1 minus 3 by 4, that would be 1 by 4 times it would say false. B says true, 4 by 5. Now if you solve this, 3 by 20 plus 3 by 20 plus 4 by 20, from here you will get 7 by 20. Now this is fraction, this is not percentage. You are asked percentage. So if you want to convert any fraction to percentage, you will multiply by 100, right? So this will go 5 times 7 into 5, 35%. So B. So we got our answer 35%. So I hope this solution is clear to you. This was an easy question. Now let's move on to next question. This question is from 5th September paper, from year 2022 one. Fresh fruit contains 68% of water and dry fruit contains 20% of water. How much dry fruit can be obtained from 100 kg of fresh fruit? Now this question is again from invariant, right? If you notice here, I have fresh fruit, right? Let's say you have watermelon. You have watermelon. Now if you dry this, cut them and you dry them in sun, then obviously some water will vaporize, right? Percentage of water will drop. But the solid quantity there, we call them pulp. The pulp will it dry? Pulp will remain same, right? Let me write this. The pulp or solid material there, this will not change. This will not change. And 2 or 3 questions earlier, I discussed a strategy that is known as invariant, right? There is a quantity which doesn't change. So here we have a quantity which doesn't change. So obviously I can apply that one. So I can say that pulp in fresh fruit, quantity of pulp in fresh fruit will be equal to pulp in dry fruit, right? Quantity of pulp in dry fruit. And what is the quantity of pulp in fresh fruit? So this is 32%. And we have 100 kilograms. So 32% of 100. What is the quantity of pulp in dry fruit? So we have 20% of water. So obviously 80% would be pulp. So 80% of, and how much dry fruit? So we have to find this value. So you can rename this as any variable. You can write X or let's say D for dry, right? Now you simply have to solve this one. So percentage will be gone. Now this you can cancel out. 20 into 4, 20 into 5, 4, 8, 8 into 5. So dry fruit would be 8 into 5, 40 kilograms. 40 kilograms. Option B. So this is a very powerful strategy, invariance one. You should know this strategy also. Whenever you find that one quantity doesn't change and there is percentage, there is a change in another quantity, there is some reducing or there is some addition there. So you can always apply this technique, invariant one. I think now we can move on to the next question. So this question is again from 5th September paper. 25% of a class take ECA, extracurricular activity. They choose at least one option from music and sports. If 20% of ECA choose both music and sports, 50% of them opted for sports, then what percent of ECA students choose only music? Now you have to read this question carefully, otherwise you will certainly make a mistake. So there is a class and 25% of that class take ECA. ECA means extracurricular activity. And there are two kinds of extracurricular activity, music, sports, and the students can take both. So there are three options. Either you can take only music, this is only music, or you can take only sports, or you can take music plus sport. You can take music plus sport, both, right? And we are concerned only with this 25%. We are not concerned with remaining 75%. If you read question carefully, we are not at all concerned with this one. So our focus is only on this one. Now they are asking you, so they have given you 20% of ECA choose both music and sports. So this is 20%, 50% for sports. This is 50%. They are asking what percentage choose only music. So you have to find this one. Now can I say that this is 50, this is 20, so this would be 30, right? No, this is wrong. You can't simply add them up. So we will have to use set theory here. So let's say I have full set of ECA. So we have all the ECA students here and we will make two circles. This circle is for music, this circle is for sports. Now 20% take both. So this will denote both, right? This is the common part, this one. So 20% is this one, 20%. The sports only is 50%. So this sports only is this one. Okay, wait one second. 50% of them opted for sports. No, this is not a sports only. One correction is there. This is not a sports only, okay? There is 50% that take a sport. So it could take either a sport or both. So 50% is this whole one. This whole one is 50%. So obviously this portion, this one, other than this portion, this one, this portion, this will obviously be 30%, right? Because sports is taken, this whole is taken by 50% and 20% is common in both. So obviously this would be 30%. Now 30%, this is 30%, this is 20%. Then obviously this remaining portion, this remaining one, only music one, this one. Let's color it with this one, this one, this portion. Sorry, this would be 100 minus 30 plus 20, right? This would be 50%. So only music would be 50%. So your answer is 50%, not 30%. So please don't make this mistake. Your answer is 50%. So I think we can now move on to the next question. Okay, this one is from 2021 paper. 15% of 40 is greater than 25% of a number by 2. So let's say there is a number n. So, okay, wait. We can rearrange this question. So it says that 15% of 40, 15%, so 15 by 100 of 40 is greater than 25% of a number, 25 by 100. Let's say that number is n and this is greater than this by 2. Now simply have to solve this one. This is very straightforward question. 4 times 2 by 5 times 5, 3. So 6 equal to n by 4 plus 2. So n by 4 equal to 6 minus 2, 4. Therefore, n equal to 4 into 4, 16. So our answer is B, 16. So this is a very easy question. You simply have to do whatever it is being said in the question. You don't have to apply anything extra. Subtracting 40% of a number from the number, we get the result as 30. What is the number? Now this is very easy question, but some people do it very mechanically. So I will describe that method as well. So what people will do is, you don't have to do this, but let's say that number is n. So subtracting 40% of a number, so I will subtract 40% of a number from the same number. So 40 by 100 into n, and I will get my result as 30. So n minus 2 by 5, 2n by 5 equal to 30. So from here I will get 3n by 5 equal to 30. So 10. Therefore n would be equal to 50. So my number is 50. But you don't have to do this all mechanically, right? You can solve this in your mind as well, and this is very easy. See, you are subtracting 40% of a number from the number. It means that you are getting 60%, right? Any number is 100% of itself, and if you subtract 40% of that of the same number from this 40% of that number from the same number, then obviously you will get 60%, and this is equal to 30. 60% of a number is equal to 30, and you have to find the number. It means you have to find 100%. So now this is very simple calculation. You can calculate 1% from here, or you can say that I am doing half. So obviously here also you will do half. So half of 100%, 50, which means your value is 50. Or if you are getting confused by this, then you can say 60% is 30. So 1% would be 30 by 60, half. So 100% would be half into 150. Okay. So that way also you can understand. So these questions should be solved in your mind only, or you can say this way you can write in the paper, but you don't have to do by this. This will take lots of time. This is not at all recommended. The number which exceeds 16% of it by 42. So a number is there and it exceeds 16% of the same number by 42. Now can I take this to left hand side? Now any number I can write this as 100% of n. 100% of n. So if I subtract this, then I will get 100% minus 16%. 40% of my number is equal to 42. Again same thing. 40% value is 84% value is 42. So what is the value of 100%? Here also I'm doing half, right? So obviously here also I will do half. So 50 is my answer. Or same thing, 84% is 42. So 1% is 42 by 84, half. So 100% would be half into 150. So either way you can do it, but the better way is to think that I'm doing half here. So obviously here also I will do half. So I will get 50. So all these three questions from 2021 paper, all of these three were very rudimentary, I would say, very basic ones. And all of this you should be able to solve very fast. It should not take much time. Okay, this is a very good question. We will discuss two methods here. Now people usually use only first method, but I will discuss the second method, and that is a very good method. You should always think that in that line as well whenever you get such type of questions. So there is a screwdriver and there is a hammer, and the price of both is same. If the price of a screwdriver rises by 5% and the price of a hammer goes up by 3%, then how much more will it cost to buy 3 screwdrivers and 3 hammers? So let's say my method 1, and this is basic one. So I have a screwdriver and I have a hammer, and both have same price. Now since I am concerned with percentages only here, so I can assume any value for this, right? So let's say this is 100 rupees. Let's say this is 100 rupees. Since they both have same price. Now price is increased by 5%. So new price, this is old price. So new price would be 5% of 100. If you increase, then 5, you will add 5. For hammer, you are increasing by 3%. So 103. So old would be, this is for 1, right? But you want to buy 3 screwdrivers. So 300. And here also 300. Because you also want to buy 3 hammers. But new price would be 105 into 3, 315, and 103 into 3, 309. So my old price was 600 and my new price is 624. So what is the increase? Increase of 24 and on 600. So what is the percentage increase? 24 by 600 into 100. So 4% increase. Option B. But you have done lots of things here. You have assumed the value, then you have increased it, then you have multiplied by 3. There is a very good method, and it is neat as well. So the second method is weighted average method. Weighted average method. Now people don't use this method in percentages usually. They think that we can't apply this one, but it is not the case. If you are increasing your quantities by some percentage value, and you have 2 or 3 types of values and 2 and 3 types of quantities, then you can apply this method. Okay, so here we have 3 screwdrivers and here we have 3 hammers. Now let's quickly recap first what is weighted average. So let's say we have quantity 1 and quantity, not quantity, it would be better than, let's say we have group 1 and we have group 2. Here we have Q1 quantities and here we have Q2 quantities, and here we have average 1 and average 2. So if you are asked what is the total average, weighted average of this whole group 1 plus group 2, then what you will do? You will do A1 into Q1 plus A2 into Q2 divided by Q1 plus Q2, right? This is the way that we find the weighted average. So the same thing, the same concept you can apply here. This is my quantity and what is my percentage increase? So my percentage increase is 5% here and my percentage increase 3% here. So you can assume this as average. You can assume this as your average. Let's say this is your average and this is your average 1, this is your average 2. So you can apply the same technique here. 3 into 5% plus 3 into 3%, and what is the total quantity? 3 screwdriver and 3 hammer, 3 plus 3. So 5 into 3, 15%, 3 into 3, 9%, so 24% divided by 6, so you got 4%. So you directly got your answer, 4%, very fast. And here you had to assume 100, then increase and then add them up. This is not at all a good method here. If you feel that you can apply weighted average, then you should apply it. But please don't apply it at wrong place. You should have clear concept that where I can apply weighted average. Usually there are 2 groups, there are two or 3 sets of groups, and each of them will have a value of their, and then it will be asked that what is the average, or you can say what is the average percentage increase in the whole set. So here we had to find how much more will it cost to buy 3 screwdrivers and 3 hammers. So we had been asked for whole set, right? 3 screwdrivers plus 3 hammers. So here we could apply the weighted average. So I hope this method is clear to you, and this is extremely important one, and this is very rare one as well. I've hardly seen people using this method. They will go usually by this method. Okay, now we have 2020 paper. 2 numbers A and B are such that sum of 5% of A and 4% of B is 2 by 3 of sum of 6% of A and 8% of B. Find the ratio of A and B. Now this is very mechanical question. Whatever they are saying, you simply have to do that. So we have 2 numbers A and B such that sum of 5% of A, so 5% of A plus 4% of B equal to 2 by 3 of sum of 6% of A and 8% of B. Now if you notice here, percentage is common in each term, so we can cancel them out. It is everywhere. And if you are confused that no, we can't cancel them, then you can take common, that percentage will be replaced by 1 by 100, right? Percentage is nothing but 1 by 100. So you can take 1 by 100 common here. So you can take basically 1 by 100 from whole LHS and whole RHS, then you can cancel them out. So I'm directly cancelling them out. Okay. Now what are we left with? So 5A plus 4B equal to 2 by 3, 6A plus 8B. Now I can cross multiply, right? So 3 into 5A, that 3 into 5A, that would be 15A plus 4 into 3, 12B equal to 2 will be multiplied with this 12A plus 16. Now you simply have to rearrange 15 minus 12 3a, 16 minus 12 4b. So we can say that a by b equal to, if I take b to this side and 3 to this side, 4 by 3, it means that ratio is 4:3, right? So this is my ratio 4:3, D option. So this was also very easy question. Let's move on to the next question. How many shares of market values of rupees 25 can be purchased from 12750, brokerage being 2%? Okay. So this question is very easy one, but some people don't understand the concept of brokerage. So let us quickly describe it. Let's say these are shares. This is share 1, share 2, share 3. Each share is valued 25. There are lots of shares. And you as a buyer, you are a buyer, you want to buy these shares. But usually you can't buy them directly. You can't go and buy them directly. You will need a help of broker. But nobody works for free, right? This broker is not there for you to simply help you buy from this. If they are helping you buy shares from some stock exchange, then obviously they will charge some fees, and that fees is known as brokerage. And usually this brokerage is described in terms of some percentage. So here it is 2%. It means that if you want to buy one share, then you will not be charged 25. What you will be charged is 25 plus 2% of 25. It will charge 2% on the actual value of share. So this question asked you that you have in your bank, you have 12750 rupees. Then how many shares you can buy? So you can't simply divide by 25 because the value of each share is not 25 for you. It is more than 25. It is 2% extra for you because you are paying 2% extra brokerage also. So now you can calculate 2% of 25. That would be 25 into 2 by 100. So 50 by 100, that would be 0.50. It means that the charge of each share, the price of each share is not 25, but it is 25 plus 0.5. 25.5. 25.50. So now let's move on to new. So we have total money 12750, but the price of each share is 20, not 25 but 25.50. So number of shares will be 12750 by 2.25.50. You simply have to solve this. If I remove this decimal, I will multiply by 100. This 0 will go away. Okay, now I can cancel out by 5. So 5 I will get 51. 2. I can't cancel 2 by 51. Let's try this one. So 51 12750. 51 12750. So 2 times 102 25 50 5 255 and 0. So 250. So 250. So 250 times you can cancel them out. So 250 into 2. 250 into 2 will be 500. So you can buy 500 shares. 500 shares. B option. Now if you would have divided by 25 directly, then you would have got wrong answer. I think that is also available in the options. So from here, if you divide 5 times 2 5, so 510, right? 2 5. Yes, I think it is not available in the option. So it is a good thing. So I hope the concept of brokerage is clear for you. The price of each share is being increased by some percentage value because you have to pay extra value, right? Okay, so I think we are done with all the questions. So there were total 14 questions, and we discussed from 2019 to 2022 all papers, all the questions of percentage chapter. And this is a good way, I would say, because if you revise the percentage chapter, let's say you revise the percentage chapter, then you can watch this video and you can solve all the questions from percentage. So it is a good way. And also I would say you should watch all the questions. You should not skip any question thinking that, oh, this is easy, so let me skip this one. I think in all the questions, in most of the questions, I have told some good methods, and you might not be aware from them, right? Aware of them, so it's good to learn them. Okay, also one more thing, again I'm reminding you that you can join our Telegram group, and this will be highly beneficial for you. There would be some free PDFs, free video lectures, updates, quizzes, and other materials you will get there. So I will put the link in description. You can join there. So thank you for watching this video, and let's meet in some other videos. We will discuss more such chapters. So I will percentage I've already covered. I will try for profit loss and all the math chapters that are there in the CUET PG MBA syllabus, so that you can solve the questions chapter wise. So thank you again.